If anyone is thinking of taking any chances, just take a look at me. I'm in the intensive care unit. I can't breathe without this.
Hey guys, I am Beltran. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's video subject matter is what are the questions you should be asking during this pandemic? I think it's a legitimate question because we are eating and consuming everything the media is telling us, but I am someone who doesn't always believe everything the media tells us. I like to look at all sorts of sources, even alternative sources that people might find maddening. So I'm going to ask a couple of generic questions and see if we cannot come up with a response for them. Here are some questions you should be asking. Question 1. How many people do you personally know who have contracted the virus? What are the degrees of separation? Now, up until just 3 days ago, I knew nobody that had it, but I just found out recently with 2 degrees of separation, someone does have it. However, they have diabetes. How is it possible that there are already tests available for a brand new virus? Seems a little convenient. So in response to this particular question, we're going to go to a small segment of David Icke's video. Check it out.
I work in the healthcare field. Here's the problem. We are testing people for any strain of a coronavirus, not specifically for COVID-19. There are no reliable tests for a specific COVID-19 virus. There are no reliable agencies or media outlets for reporting numbers of actual COVID-19 virus cases. This needs to be addressed first and foremost. Every action and reaction to COVID-19 is based on totally flawed data, and we simply cannot make accurate assessments. The problem is the test is known not to work. It uses amplification, which means taking a very, very tiny amount of DNA and growing it exponentially until it can be analyzed. Obviously, any minute contaminations in the sample will also be amplified, leading to potentially gross errors of discovery.
How much is the pandemic putting a strain on hospitals and hospital staff? Let's take a look.
At about 11 o'clock at night, you hop in your car, take a drive down to your nearest hospital, look at the parking lots, see how many cars are in there, go to the ER entrance, see what's going on there. I've done this 2 nights in a row on the south end of Chicago. One hospital, it's massive. The other one is large. That's where my father died three years ago. You know what's going on there? Nothing. Okay? Nothing's going on there.
Why isn't the media reporting that the virus has been declassified? And yet the British government has reclassified COVID-19 as a less of a consequence than SARS. Total global deaths recorded 774, MERS total global deaths recorded 600, along with avian influenza, listed as high consequence infectious diseases, is even the Andes virus infection, which infected just 4 people in the UK with no known deaths. What are the biggest concerns by hospital staff? Have a look.
Ralph, I just want to alert people, especially the media, to a new disease which they have caused, which I am going to call mediana. Now, mediana is, from what I see, caused by the effects of the way the media, most of the media is reporting on the coronavirus. I just like to ask the media to be cautious in exaggerating the effect of this disease. We know that there is a death rate of 2 to 3%, and most people that get the illness, 4 out of 5, which is 80%, will recover. And so they need to emphasize that fact and stop scaring people. Yesterday, I had a number of calls I had to make to patients, and many of them I now realize are becoming quite unwell, not from the coronavirus at all, but actually from the effects of listening to the news about the coronavirus. And so I had one lady yesterday who's never had any problems with her blood pressure, who now had blood pressure readings of over 170.
Are the statistics being appropriately distributed? Is it actually accurate? I'm not a maths person, but here I have found a portion of a video by a fellow named Douglas, and he's done the math, and I think it is worth looking into. Have a look.
And I noticed very quickly that most of the statistics that have been presented about COVID-19 are actually being scaled to themselves. So, for example, on the 26th of March, the USA had 65,778 cases. Now, on the 27th of March, that had increased by 17,729 cases to a total of 83,507. Now, if you take 65,778 away from 83,507, you get your 17,000. You then divide that by 65,000 to get a percentage increase. It's about 27% increase on the previous day. And that's the statistics that the media are putting in their charts, putting in their graphs, putting out in the media saying, look, we've got a 27% increase in cases today. Panic, panic, panic. But one thing they're not doing is comparing it to the total population. And when you compare the number of infections to the total population of, for example, the United States, something truly incredible happens. And to use the same example, 26th of March, 65,778 cases. Divide that by America's population of 330 million. What percentage of the population is actually infected? Assuming we can trust the infection stats at all. 0.019%.
Can we actually trust everything the media is telling us? It seems like a very obvious question with an obvious answer, but many of you out there probably don't realize that the media has blatantly also showed lies. Take a look at this scene from an Italian film being used as evidence for coronavirus.
Top photo was shared last week from an ICU in Italy, right here. Bottom photo was shared of an ICU in New York, right here. Notice the difference? There isn't one. And this is your mainstream media. Ladies and gents, wake up. You are being fed lies. Careful where you get your information, because unfortunately you can't trust much anymore.
There's no actual information about what foods can help us. So here is information on what foods you should be eating to keep healthy and to fight viruses, etc.
Today, what should you do? Fruits and vegetables, produce make a huge difference. They enhance our immune response. Vitamin D3, which you get from the sun, and when it's a little warmer, that'll be easy for all of us. For most of us in the northern part of the country, taking some vitamin D3, about 1,200 international units a day is wise. And you know what? Getting the flu shot's smart, because that way, if you feel ill, you know it's not the flu, most likely. Yeah. Still possible, not. Now, if you do feel ill, what do? Zinc is a great idea. You mentioned it earlier. Vitamin C, but you got to take vitamin C twice a day, because it washes out of your system pretty quickly. Beta-glucan from mushrooms works, and elderberry, which is an older solution, has been shown to shorten the duration of illness if you already have feeling like you're coming down with something. But take action, be proactive, and recognize that we're the firewall, especially the younger, healthier members of society. If we're healthy, we can't pass it to the older folks that John just mentioned are at a higher risk.
Yeah. Last question. Could there be another agenda here? I'm going to leave that to you. I can only do so much in terms of what has been provided for you in terms of alternative information. We have what we have. We see what we have with the government sites and the medical sites. That's all well and good. But it's also worth looking into other things, It's up to you to take it on board. I'm not saying none of it is real. I'm simply saying, have a look at this, and what do you think? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like that video, make sure you click subscribe and click the bell. And all my social media links are in the description box below. And be sure to follow me on Telegram and alternatively BitChute. See you later, guys.